Saturnalia December 25th. Note: they gulf the world with paganism. December 25th was the final day of the week-long Saturnalia festival and the celebration of the sun god's birth. Explanation: Saturnalia was a Roman festival that celebrated the winter solstice and the Roman god Saturn. The festival began on December 17th and lasted up to 7 days. The festival included food, drink, song, dancing, and games. The festival was a public holiday and had a carnival-like atmosphere. During Saturnalia, people gave each other gifts and ate and drank lots. The festival derived from older farming-related rituals. The festival included offering gifts or sacrifices to the gods during the winter sowing season. Related celebrations: the Dies Natalis Solis Invicti, or birthday of the Unconquerable Sun, was celebrated on December 25th in the later Roman Empire. As the Roman Empire converted to Christianity, December 25th became a holy day. Christ's birthday was commemorated on January 6th from AD 336 until AD 354-60. Christmas Day emerged from a combination of parts of these different winter festivals. In Roman mythology, Saturn was an agricultural deity who was said to have reigned over the world in the Golden Age, when humans enjoyed the spontaneous bounty of the earth without labor in a state of innocence. The revelries of Saturnalia were supposed to reflect the conditions of the lost mythical age. The Greek equivalent was the Chronia, which was celebrated on the 12th day of the month of Hecatombaeon, which occurred from around mid-July to mid-August on the Attic calendar. The Greek writer Athenaeus cites numerous other examples of similar festivals celebrated throughout the Greco-Roman world, including the Cretan festival of Hermaea in honor of Hermes, an unnamed festival from Treason in honor of Poseidon, the Thessalian festival of Peloria in honor of Zeus Pelorios, and an unnamed festival from Babylon. He also mentions that the custom of masters dining with their slaves was associated with the Athenian festival of Anthesteria and the Spartan festival of Hyacinthia. The Argive festival of Hybristica, though not directly related to the Saturnalia, involved a similar reversal of roles in which women would dress as men and men would dress as women. The ancient Roman historian Justinus credits Saturn with being a historical king of the pre-Roman inhabitants of Italy. The first inhabitants of Italy were the Aborigines, whose king, Saturnus, is said to have been a man of such extraordinary justice that no one was a slave in his reign or had any private property, but all things were common to all and undivided, as one estate for the use of everyone. In memory of which way of life, it has been ordered that at the Saturnalia slaves should everywhere sit down with their masters at the entertainments, the rank of all being made equal. Although probably the best-known Roman holiday, Saturnalia as a whole is not described from beginning to end in any single ancient source. Modern understanding of the festival is pieced together from several accounts dealing with various aspects. The Saturnalia was the dramatic setting of the multi-volume work of that name by Macrobius, a Latin writer from late antiquity who is the major source for information about the holiday. Macrobius describes the reign of Justinus's King Saturn as a time of great happiness, both on account of the universal plenty that prevailed and because as yet there was no division into bond and free, as one may gather from the complete license enjoyed by slaves at the Saturnalia. In Lucian's Saturnalia, it is Cronos himself who proclaims a festive season, when 'tis lawful to be drunken, and slaves have license to revile their lords. In one of the interpretations in Macrobius's work, Saturnalia is a festival of light leading to the winter solstice, with the abundant presence of candles symbolizing the quest for knowledge and truth. The renewal of light and the coming of the new year was celebrated in the later Roman Empire at the Dies Natalis Solis Invicti, the birthday of the Unconquerable Sun, on December 25th. The popularity of Saturnalia continued into the 3rd and 4th centuries CE, and as the Roman Empire came under Christian rule, many of its customs were recast into, or at least influenced the seasonal celebrations surrounding Christmas and the New Year. Note: it is written, "Formerly, when you did not know God, you were slaves to those who by nature are not gods. But now that you know God, or rather are known by God, how is it that you are turning back to those weak and worthless principles? Do you wish to be enslaved by them all over again? You are observing special days and months and seasons and years." Galatians 4 verses 9 to 10. Note: Colossians 2 verses 20 to 23 says, "If you have died with Christ to the spiritual forces of the world, why, as though you still belong to the world, Do you submit to its regulations / do not handle, do not taste, do not touch? / These will all perish with use, because they are based on human commands and teachings.